everyone, this is Fumo. I am going to bring you a deck tech for a mono fire list that I've been playing and really enjoying. I'm going to try to go through this quickly because I have a habit of talking a lot and I'm trying to avoid a 20-minute video. So, I'll go through these quickly. If you have any questions in regards to certain things that I'm running or have any suggestions, feel free to leave some comments below. Kind of some background on this. I've noticed that there's been mono fire lists kind of doing pretty well, thanks to some exploration that some Kansas City players have been doing. So definitely credits to those guys. This was kind of based off of just taking the Mono Lopez list and then making changes to it based on cards that I like to run and also cutting cards that I don't agree with. One of those cards that you will not see in this list, or probably any of my lists, are Veritas. I think it's just not a dirt card. So. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, and we'll kind of go from there. So first things first, we are running a 3 of Boghaven. Boghaven's been proven to be really good with for ETB. The 7k ping has always been pretty relevant, and it's obviously pretty easy to run and get that condition on a mono fire list. And we've got some things in the deck that can help combo off of that. The next 5CP4 that we run is Ignacio. He's been pretty good. He is a straight-up bully, and he's one of our answers to Feel Thanos. Not so much in a straight removal, but just being able to bully him as far as on aggression. So, and the draw power is just really darn good. Unless he's removed on the attack, he's very likely going to be drawing you a card every single time he's attacking. So, very solid and has performed very well. The next 5CP on here is going to be Reagan. Reagan has been doing pretty good because Fire does not have a way to recur any sort of forwards or backups naturally. So having a dark card that now does that for us is very nice. I'm going to skip over to one of our 3CP picks just because I want to talk about it while we're talking about Reagan. And that's Citra. We are running light and dark in this deck, and surprisingly, these two work very well in conjunction with each other. It allows me to be a little reckless with them, which is kind of nice at times, because now we have something that I can just still swing with and be, you know, or just kind of block with and not care if I lose, because then it allows me to either replay the effect, or allows me to play the other one that I'm holding in hand. So in conjunction with these, being able to pull anything in my deck is really nice, and Citra being able to pull back Ifrit is really solid, especially if I'm meeting the condition. So Citra's proven very good in this deck. I'll hop back into the 4CP options here. We got Terra. This should be kind of a no-brainer. Terra's been doing pretty good since her release, and that 2CP ping that she can do off of a summon is just very relevant. And her being able to recur summon on entry is also very nice. With these two essentially bringing back any of our summons that we pitched, it allows them to be some cheap plays as well. So in conjunction with these, plus one of the backups that we're running, we get a lot of our summons back, and that can make or break plays. So really solid. Into our 3CP dudes, just real quick, Archangel HM's kind of a no-brainer. He's just really aggressive. We don't run any haste elements in this deck, so we're not going to be like super aggressive with him, but still really solid to be able to kind of challenge those 2 damage situations. The other one is Luneth and Lise. You're not typically going to see the boosters in fire lists these days, but I think they are very solid. And if I can get these guys down with Lebro, that is definitely going to be in the list. And Ignacio over here is going to be a 12k, and that's just meaty. So really solid. Really like these two, and we've got a ping ability that we can cheese out. Mainly on Luneth. Technically, Lise has one, but I can't say I've ever played it. So let's get these guys out of the way here, because there is going to be glare on my mat, so I'm going to need to make some room. Set those over there. I'll go into the summons here next. Some of these are going to be, again, no-brainers. We are running the Ifrit engine, so we do have 3 of Ifrit. The new Ifrit has been proven to be really good. And I highly suggest running this as a 3 of in fire lists, because it's just super solid. Obviously, the 2k pump is just kind of, it's kind of an extra bonus. It's mainly the fact that we're doing an 8,000 damage ping for 3CP. So, really solid card. Highly suggest getting play set. The other Ifrits are in here mainly as EX burst options. They all kind of have their purposes in their own right. This Ifrit kind of comboing off of Terra's very easily. This one, if we're meeting condition and it's above curve, This one I tend to fish out with say tuna, but if we've got the back row, it's above curve, so that can be pretty nice. And this one is just really nice in the backswing for EX bursts. So that's our summon package. Let's keep going. Good on time here. I apologize if this is going quickly. I guess I don't need to put him so far forward since I'm trying to get him out of the way here. Into the backups here, we'll kind of cover. We'll go from bottom to top as far as cost. I got a 1-of, but the Black Mage, the 4K ping can come in handy sometimes. I've got a combo piece that kind of helps make that a bit better. Illusionist is in here in case we have problems with your Stola or any other dinky dudes that I can just, swing into something that's going to lose. Can be pretty good in certain situations. Yotsuo has been proven to be really good for this deck and such a nice checkmate option. I don't run any of the other unblockable techs, so if you're running into an issue with like Veritas or Arden, I would maybe look at the Opus 1 Red Mage. A little more expensive for the cost, but you're able to make anything not block. So it kind of depends on what's running in your locals to determine which one's going to be best. But this one's been proven to be pretty good, and she has definitely won me matches, so she's solid. Black Mage was that other summon recursion that I was talking about. Really solid. I mean, most of the elements, if not all of them now, have this tech, so it's just nice to be able to get some sort of removal back, and especially with this being such a summon-heavy deck with the Ifrit engine, it's nice to be able to pick up those Ifritas again. Red Mage is in here as kind of a control thing. I used to run this in an earlier mono fire list that was focused on haste and first strike, and this is really fun combo piece with first strike. Mainly we're using this off of our summons. It's just kind of a nice way to give them that 1k pump, and that can make all the difference. We've got other things in here that do pings, and sometimes that 1k increase is going to be enough just to get something off the field. So really solid. We got Geomancer in here, one of the new Opus 10 cards. A really nice draw power off of, basically you're going to hit it most of the time. I think I've only ran into one situation where I flipped into a dark card, and that was like, man, that feels bad, but you know, what can you do? The 2k ping on the break is also really relevant for combo pieces, so really solid card, especially if you're running mono fire. The Bros in here, pretty straightforward. 1k pump on things is really nice. Emperor Gestal is in here mainly as our Geomancer. Camelot, obviously against mono decks, is going to wall it pretty hard, so this is a way to kind of get around that, or any other kind of nuisance cards. This unfortunately doesn't hit Field Thanos, but it can hit some other cards that kind of wall this out, like Opus 2 Cecil, the Legend one. You're not going to see that a whole lot, but if you do run into it, it's going to stop a lot of my damage pings, so this is a kind of a way to have a straight break effect against it outside of just bullying things. So pretty good. I did have Cam in this list originally, and this was only at a 1, but I decided to increase this to a 2 because I think I like that tech better. Since it's a backup, I'm able to build a resource off of breaking something, so that's pretty nice. The last backup that we have is 1-of Setuna. At the 1-of, it's pretty comfy. I could increase it to a 2 if I feel like it's needing that, but most of the time I do see it and pulling it into hand, and I think it's very rare where I see that actually hit damage. It's just kind of a nice extra effect because I think Ifrit is already doing really nice damage off of her condition, and it just kind of helps the other summons out a bit more, turning our Opus 10 Ifrit into a 9k shot for 3 CP is really good, so really solid. The last 2 cards in this deck are my favorite cards in Fire. Menace from Warmech. Menace from Warmech is a card that you very likely will not see on the list, but basically what he does is he says a character, if it is dealing damage, increases that damage by 2,000. So really fun card to combo off of cards like Boghaven, or even the Terra, because you're turning that 2 CP ping, or I'm sorry, the 2,000 ping into a 4K ping. And that can be a little relevant, especially like with our 2 CP Ifrit. You've now turned that with a Terra on field into a 10k shot total for 3 CP, essentially. So really fun kind of extra addition, and it's not like the main focus of the deck, but it's one of my favorite Fire cards out there, so he works really well for it. I'm going to leave a link to this deck down below. If you have any suggestions, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Again, do not shy away from running both Citra and Regan because it has proven to be really useful, and I highly suggest it. The Ifrit engine, I think, is going to be very important for most monofire lists out there. So I might do some more monofire lists where you're going to see the Ifrit engine, but it'll be a different array of forwards. So that's my modifier list. Thanks for watching. Again, if you have any comments or anything, let me know down in the comments below. If you do feel the need to dislike my video, feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know what I can do better. I'm trying to poke around with these deck lists and try to just kind of share the good word of a really fun game that is Final Fantasy TCG. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye.